Okay, guys, welcome to Sports Matters TV, and it doesn't get better than this. Yet again, a fellow Corkonian preparing for the biggest fight of his life to date. September 13th, millions around the world will be watching, and the rebel county will be hopping. Callum, it's a big one, my man. Fernando Vargas Jr. How is preparation gone for this fight, my man?
Yeah, the preparation's been very good. You know what I mean? I've been preparing for this fight for months. You know, since my last fight, I haven't stopped training. The minute I got word that I could be fighting on this card after my last fight, I jumped straight back into camp. You know what I mean? I went over to Abu Dhabi with my girlfriend Tabitha. You know, she fought over there. You know, I was training over there, and I came back and kept training. You know, and jumped straight into sparring. No matter, like, even with the cut, you know, it was fine. It healed up quick. And I've been sparring. I've been getting ready for this fight for a long time, you know, and I'm feeling very good, feeling very prepared and sharp and ready to go.
And Callum, look, this is what it's all about, my man. You're a Cork man, a proud Cork man. It's the big stage was always meant to be for you, my man. I've seen you throughout the years. I remember you as a kid. It was destiny. It was going to happen. But listen, it doesn't really get bigger than this. Canelo Crawford, I suppose, co-main event. This is huge, my man. And look, there's no better boy to put on a display than Callum Walsh.
Yeah, I think so. You know what I mean? I've been doing it. You know, I've been knocking people out. I've been getting the wins, and I think this is a very big stage for me to be on and to show my skills to the world. You know what I mean? It's coming from, like you said, a place like Cork to being able to go out there to Vegas and show what I can do to probably 100 million people, you know, that are going to be watching, you know, on Netflix, you know. So going out there and being able to show my skills to the world, and it's definitely going to put Cork on the map, you know, put Ireland back on the map, and to show that, you know, when people think of Irish fighting, you're not just going to think of two or three names. You know, we're a fighting nation, and people need to just be seen. You know, once they see us, that's it. You know, we're a fighting nation, and we have the best fighters in the world.
Definitely. Now, speaking of the team, obviously, look, Tom, Dana, and of course, Freddie. What a team to have behind you. But look, they've built an incredible platform for you. And look, it's paying off. We knew first day it was going to pay off when you did make that move. But listen, the lads are delighted. And look, what a platform to be on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like I said earlier, you know, there's only so much I can do. You know, winning fights is obviously, you know, all I can do. I can just win the fights and go out there and perform my best. You know, but once you have a good team, you know, working on plans in the background, you know, and you know, having someone like Tom Loeffler, you know, and such an experienced promoter, and then having Dana White, you know, the best promoter in the world. You know what I mean? Like, Dana can promote anything. You know what I mean? And it's going to work. You know what I mean? And then having Freddie Roach, you know, so much experience in the pro game. You know, and a legend to the sport. You know, once I'm winning the fights and they're doing their job, you know, that's why things like this happen. You know, the opportunities like this don't just come from winning fights. You know, it comes from having the right team, putting you in the right places too. You know, and yeah, I'm very grateful for everything they've done for me.
Definitely. No, the fight itself, Callum, I think this will steal the show. I think this will be a fight everyone will talk about in 50, 100 years' time. Two great opponents, two absolute warriors. He brings a lot to the table, but look, you're well equipped to do the job and do it in style.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think this has potential to be fight of the night. You know, I think this is one of the fights that everybody is looking forward to. You know, two, like you said, you know, two young undefeated fighters going at it. You know, putting it all on the line, and only one will come out still undefeated. You know what I mean? So we'll see who that is. You know, obviously my goal is for it to be me. You know, add another knockout to my record and continue and keep climbing the ranks and get closer to that title shot.
Definitely. And look, speaking of your progression so far, it's been incredible. Look, you know what I mean? Highlight reel after highlight reel. You get better and better each fight. You know what I mean? The camp has been a good camp. No doubt we're hearing it's a really good camp. Obviously, look, there's no shortcuts with you, but obviously you're very happy the way the camp's gone so far. Look, it's going to be a great night.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I put in a lot of hard work for this fight. I've put in a lot of own sparring, you know, and I'm feeling very sharp. I'm feeling very strong, and I definitely think I'm going to get the knockout. You know, I just feel like I do rise to the occasion. You know, when the lights come on, when I'm on the big stage, I feel like it brings the best out of me. You know, and having a good opponent across from me too will definitely elevate my performance even more. You know what I mean? So I think this will be the best Callum Walsh people will have seen so far.
I can't wait. Now, listen, you can only imagine the queues outside the Cove Credit Union and the credit unions around Cork. People going to travel from far and length to get to that fight. But listen, the support means everything to you, Callum. And look, we know there'll be Irish flags all over the place when it comes to fight night.
Yeah, definitely. The support has been unbelievable. The Irish support is it's like when one goes to war, we all go to war. It's true. That the support from the Irish people has been amazing. For my whole career. And as it starts to grow, I would hope to see a lot of them out in Vegas. And the best thing about it is I love that feeling. I love when you see your own people out there to support, you know what I mean? It makes a big difference, and I'll be looking forward to seeing everybody out there. And yeah, I just want to give a massive thank you to the Irish people, the people of Cork, the people of Cove, you know what I mean? The people of Ireland in general, for the support that they've given me, and I'll continue to represent the country, and I always walk out with the Irish colours. I always, bring the flag with me to fight, and I'm going to continue to represent the country and continue to win.
Oh, we're proud of you, my man. And listen, that ring walk, I'm even thinking about that ring walk now. Are you visioning that ring walk? Can we expect some proper Irish tunes to go off?
Yeah, you know what I mean, 100%. I'm definitely going to walk out to the Irish music. I'm still in the middle of picking a song. It's a tough one. It's such a big stage to walk out to. I'm still thinking about which song it's going to be. But yeah, that ring walk is going to be a night that I'll remember for the rest of my life, probably.
Definitely. Look, last of all for me as well, Callum. Just Netflix. Look, obviously the biggest platform in the world. What's your thoughts on Netflix?
But fighting on Netflix is unbelievable. It really opens up the fan base. You know what I mean? It's like you're gonna have people watching fights that have never even seen a fight before. Or there's gonna be people clicking on this and they've never heard of it before, never heard of me, or never heard of Canelo or whatever. So you're gonna have so much opportunity to gain new fans. And I want to make sure that if people tune into my fight, that they'll be boxing fans forever. Fight fans forever, Callum Walsh fans forever. You know what I mean? That's the kind of performance I want to put on. I want to put on a performance that people will remember, whether you're a boxing fan or not.
Definitely. Listen, Callum, we can't wait for fight night. We want to wish you, Freddie, Tom, and all the team the best of luck. We'll be watching here in Cork, and listen, I'm looking forward to chatting after the victory, and it's going to be a great performance. I know it, my man. Thank you.
Definitely, thank you.